It doesn't look that bad actually. So basically what we're doing here is we're just going to take this orange tank, cut her up into prepared slices. The first step is to knock her down. Hey, I'm Tyler, I'm from Bulldog. I'm the shear operator here. Basically what we're doing here is we're just going to take this orange tank, cut her up into prepared slices. The first step is to knock her down. Basically once we have her on her side, going to start at the bottom here. I'm hoping I can get my shear in the little hole there and trim it like a can of tuna and then go right down the middle and then start shearing off in strips. So the first step is going to be knocking it down. Now to safely do it is to go away from you and make sure your tracks are always going away as well, just in case. If it falls towards me, I should be able to get back. So we're just going to grab the top, give her a little squeeze. Now we have a little control. And slowly bring her down. Just like that. We are then gonna pretty much start from where the bottom is. Gonna cut it like a tin can, and then we're gonna start ripping it off in strips to an oversize. Less of an oversize, and then we're gonna go into a prepared for it. And basically all you do is just gonna chop. Try to at least. Go in the hole. Because of its odd shape, it's going to be a little bit difficult getting the... Yeah, see? So now I gotta pivot to make it somewhat easier for me. We're gonna chop this down, hopefully. Get rid of the bottom piece here. As soon as it agrees. Goodbye. There we go. Now the few tricks is people think that it's just to squeeze, but if you push down on it, if you're able to, you can get kind of a little bit of a, you kind of want to tear as well. Let's see if it works for me. Sometimes it's best to go in a different angle. There we go. Like that. I'm kind of pushing on it and see how it does the tear, just like that. That's what we want. The quicker we can do this, the better. I was always told that if you can do it in less cuts, the better. Sometimes it don't work that way. See how it kind of just falls apart? We go up here, kind of tear and pull away. This is always the fun part, trying to figure out the best method of going. A lot of people have different ways of doing it. Now, I'm one of the operators of the shear. We generally, if it goes off-site, there'll be another person operating the shear. But for the main yard, I'm generally the shear operator. The steps is now to kind of work our way across. So I might even turn it this way a little bit to make it easier. Because you can just kind of grab a piece, pull it up, and it tears. Sometimes using the weight of the thing you're cutting is always better. It's kind of less work. It's always better. So that tiny piece there would be kind of what we call prepared. Probably cut it a little smaller, but for what we're doing here, it's fine. Keep on going. Basically all you're doing, you're just getting to a point where you can kind of tear it as you go. It doesn't look pretty. I'm sure there's a lot of other people out there that can do a better job, but this is the way I do it. See how it's getting more and more flimsy? But basically all I'm trying to do is try to get to where I can have kind of stick, and then you push down and it actually helps. So now this piece here should be able to come out. And we do it in sections. Not quite breaking off the way I hoped. That's the beauty of this though, is it doesn't work, go to the next thing, because you know it'll be easier. Always do what's easier. It's basically once I get to a certain point, I'll be running my tracks on top of the thing there and just shearing it as I go. Now let's shear off this piece here, that way it's just not going to hit anything. We actually had a different head on this. We've replaced it with this one here, this beast, and for better cutting power. It looks a little worn, but we just flipped the blades yesterday, so she cuts quite well. What I'm doing here is gonna try to get the one track on top of the tank. That there is going to help me tear. Oh, got a little too close to my cap. Okay, we're just going to tear this off then. So using the weight of the machine, keeping it there, it's a lot more easier to peel it off in the strips that I want. The thing here is when we're cutting, technically in this area here, because of that opening, when we're shearing away, because of that force of the cut, if it's a hard material, what will happen is sometimes it'll actually break off, but because there's so much pressure behind it, it will actually go into our window. So that's one of the things we try to watch out for. So generally when we're cutting, we're having the sides, you know, towards a pile. That way if someone does snap off or whatever, it'll go into pile and not into someone's chest. Almost. There we go. Next part. To kind of see what we got here. Lots and lots of dirt. Grab that. There we go. When I first started doing it, it probably took me a little over half a day. And because I've been doing it so much, and because people who've done this before, they kind of thrown their tips at you, right? And so it's less time now. I think this here took us about an hour and a half, give or take. So I think I've gotten pretty good. That's quite a big piece there. So yeah, that's how you take care of a tanker. Here's what we got from the tank. Basically all I did was I just kind of made them smaller. They're still technically oversized, but we're gonna go from this here to about these pieces here. The size is about like oversized. We go over 5 feet would be the oversized. Anything less than that would be prepared. But because of the all along shapes and how they can still kind of be crushed, it's fine. Basically, that's all we're gonna do is now cut them into smaller pieces. And once they're done here, we're actually gonna grab a bin, throw them in the bin, and then we're gonna take them over to the prepare pile. And then, yeah, wait for them to be tossed in the sea can, and away we go. Money, money. So yeah, thanks for clicking on the video. Like and subscribe for more, and we'll see you on the next one.